Hello, I am AFG, and if you're new to the channel, welcome to the channel, and I'm doing a little one-off video here, just as an experiment on Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, and I am loving this game so far. I started a campaign in 1890, beat it, did a campaign in 1900, and now I'm doing one in 1910. And this rather large engagement has come up in this campaign, where I'm fielding 2 battleships, 3 battle cruisers, and 6 destroyers against a German fleet of a battle cruiser, 5 heavy cruisers, and I think about 6 light cruisers. Now, we have a slight overall sort of engagement range positive, and I just wanted to quickly take you through some of the ships I've built and a few of the things before we kick off here. So, first of all, we have the HMS Hood class of battleships, which includes the Superb. Now, as you can see, we have a pretty hefty speed here. It's 26 knots, semi-oil fueled. As you can see, so I'll just highlight that for a moment so you can see all the things that we've gone with. But the key thing is here that we have heavy shells, which massively give us a pretty massive amount of damage with this particular setup. These ships are also extremely survivable. They can take a few torpedo hits because they have anti-torp 2, they have decent reinforced bulkheads, lots of armor as well, so up to 16.9 inches of armor, and a 26 knot speed means that they are overall extremely solid. Seasoned crew, and as you can see, they have 13-inch guns on the bow and the aft, supported by 12-inch guns on the sides, and that was mainly a weight restriction as to why we've got those, and then a secondary armament to deal with torpedo boats and the like as they get a bit closer. The Nelson is exactly the same, same ship, with a seasoned crew once again, which is good. Looks like that training is paying off. And then we have what I think is a very majestic little design that I've made, the Anson. But we also have the Renown class, which is, you know what, we'll do the view of the Renown. So this is the Renown class of battle cruisers, mounting 8 13-inch guns, Mark III 13-inch guns. Now, much less armor on these guys, only up to 10-inch, which is on the conning tower, but 8-inch main belt compared to the battleships, which have a... what's the main belt on you? A 12-inch main belt, so another 4 inches of belt armor. But the Renown and the Defense, but also packing, you know, actually slightly more firepower, really, than the battleships. Slightly less secondaries. Now, we do have veteran crew on these guys, which should make their accuracy beautiful. And a 30-knot speed, which is just bonkers. Now, you know, that's crazy. So, we've got our divisions, our destroyer screens here as well. And what we're going to do is, I'm actually going to detach these guys first of all. It's just my preference, is just to detach them actually, normally. And start getting them to scout. Because these have a 36 knot speed, so I'll just talk you through my destroyers. There's not too much to say really about these guys. They have a 5-inch gun on the not on the stern, on the foredeck, and on the stern they have a 3-inch gun mounted here, and then we have 2 torpedo launchers. And as I say, the main thing with these guys is their speed. They can go at 36 knots, so they can close the distance rapidly towards the enemy. Which I think is fucking awesome. This game massively appeals to me. Anyone that's watched my Hearts of Iron 3 content knows that I'm a bit of a sucker for, well, anything of this sort of nature. Can you guys not go over? Oh, there we go, we're opening fire. So, hoping for some flash fires. Oh my god. In this battle. Now, we do have Barbette 3, which should keep us relatively safe from flash flyers, I would hope. Now, the other thing that having so many guns forward does for us is it does give us a mighty fine chance, because we can effectively, all of these guns that are pointing forwards, they can all go their separate way. Now, the Vectus, Patrick, Verment, all of you head on out. We've got some major shells going in this direction now. Liberté. Now, we also should be getting some very good armor. What I'm most worried about is probably plunging fire when it comes to the battle cruisers. So I'm actually going to keep them fairly far back. Now, I wonder what the chances to hit are like on some of you guys. So only 1.7, 2.1, 1.8, 1.5. So yeah, not a huge amount of chance to hit. We've got ammo for days. And really, the main damage dealers... Well, I say that, we've already managed to get a hit. The main damage dealers are not going to be our battleships in this battle. It's actually going to be our destroyers, because, seriously, these guys can unleash 4 torpedoes, and they can absolutely wreck. Right, what have we got here? Now, if this is a cruiser, I might well target it. Yes, it does look like a cruiser. In which case, we're going to target it. And I think we will... Oh, we had a partial pen there. Not very good. Now, the battleships... We're going to take our destroyers in a bit of a mad dash. So, cruisers. So they don't have any destroyers here. They've taken a little bit of a hit there. Now, my torpedoes, I'm actually going to take them off for now. We're going to wait until we're really in the optimum range. And looks like our ships are moving along very nicely. So divide and conquer with our subs, or with our destroyers. Head on through, baby. Now, I'm going to use the Moresby to draw a bit of fire. And as you can see, these ships are damn fast. 36 knots as a closing speed is unbelievable. And I can see the battleship here. So this is the first time I've actually seen a German battleship in this campaign. We fought a couple of battle cruisers, I've sunk a couple, and my god is that armoured up piece of shit. Okay, so we've got a couple of 12-inch guns, which don't worry me. Bearing in mind our main belt armour is 12 inches. It's not bad at all. So 10-inch guns as well, so packing a lot of guns, but lower calibers than ours. 7-inch guns, 1. 5-inch gun, 4-inch guns, 4-inch guns, 3-inch guns, and 2-inch guns. So a variety of different guns there. Now we've got a battle cruiser over here, but as I say, it's not a battle cruiser. It's already suffered a small amount of damage. Hopefully we can identify it pretty quickly. Now Moresby is taking a horrendous amount of fire. And as I say, the main aim is for Moresby just to hold out really more than anything. I can see another heavy cruiser over here. You're going to take a huge battering. Now, we could do a torpedo spread, actually. And you know what we're going to do? We're actually going to do that. I think, if we target them over there, because if we can unleash 4 torpedoes, that will probably massively help us. And let's take 3 guys now, and we'll about face a little bit, because our destroyers can do the sort of, make them turn away. I think our battleships will naturally do quite a good job at this. Now, you're going to save your torpedoes, please. Please don't send out waves of torpedoes. You can see that we've already done that somewhat. Right. Let's aggressively attack with you with torpedoes. And then you, Liberté. Don't have to worry too much. Posen's taking a little bit of flooding damage. Moresby, can you... Yes, you've sent out your 4 fish, which is good. We're going to actually take you over in this direction. Vehement's now going to have to reload, that's fine. Presence on save. Yeah, because you've already fired a spread. You can head forwards now because I can see that those trails are sort of dealt with. Right. Now what I'm lining up for here is a series of battleship hits. So the battleships are covering for our battle cruisers, which is what I want. I think what I want to know now is who suffered the most damage. So we've got a massive concentration of ships here, which makes me think, do we want to target all of our available guns on that clump? And I can see that we got torpedo hits, which is good. And yeah. Now the 5-inch gun actually managed to get a little bit of damage, which is awesome. Now we want to go aggressive here. See that we did take a little bit of a hit, but nothing massively problematic because yes, there we go. Right, Coronel's already been sunk. Right, Liberté. Oh shit, she took a real hammering there. Oh, can't tell if we're going to get any hits here. Just missed. What a fucker. Oh. Oh no, we did. We did get a hit. Oh, good. Oh, in fact. Oh, flash fire. That's what we like to see. Boom, you fucker. And we might even get a long-range torpedo hit. Oh, and another one. Oh, there we go. The Poznan. Look at her burn. Oh, smack down. Gonna die, I'm gonna burn into a burning abyss. There we go, love it. Sink, you motherfucker, sink. Okay, so our battleships. I think you guys now, so you're already dead in the water. I think if you target Bavaria, and if you target Bavaria as well, that would be really good. Now, the Moresby has already done a fair amount of its damage. Now, Veerment, you go aggressive. I would, to be honest with you, think that you're probably best going on aggressive with your torpedoes now. Victus, if you go aggressive as well, and then I think Varick, you go aggressive with your torps. And yet more flash fires. That's what happens when you put a million guns on the ship. I mean, we'll just take a quick look. So it does have barbette 3, but only corrupts 1 armor. It does have reinforced bulkheads, but it doesn't say how many bulkheads they've got. Where does it note that? I'm still getting used to like how all of this works. Like where it says how many bulkheads they've got. Ah, here we go. No. Well, whatever it is, they took an absolute hammering. Now, we have lost a destroyer, which is unfortunate. But I'm going to take that. And you're steering right into... That's going to miss. That's a shame. That's a real shame. Ugh. Oh, well. I really feel like from range we can probably handle this now. So are all of you targeting... Yes, you are. You're all targeting the Bavaria in a staggered line, which is perfect. Now, 9-inch guns versus battleships is not what you want in this situation. And yes, we get a torpedo hit there, which is good. And we see some more ships. So we've got some lights and another torpedo. I actually think a torpedo spread from Moresby wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, and I think we might actually bring you guys back home, purely because, apart from you, you might be dead in the water, but everyone else, if you head on back, purely because I really get the impression that it might be better now for you to sort of just get yourselves out of... Right, there we go, heavy flooding. So I think if we now switch to the Hertha, and I think we'll go for a torpedo spread with Moresby. We still have 4 torpedoes there. Now, if you were to go for Magdeburg, that would be beautiful. And I think we want to take our battle line now in this direction. This has been execution worthy, ladies and gentlemen. Absolutely execution worthy. Now I know this is a weird thing for me to bring to the channel, but I would like to maybe do a campaign on this. It's got a finance bit, like a world map. I'll show you that all after this battle's over, because it's bloody cool. Be able to unleash a torpedo spread soon. Probably. What about you? You're gonna unleash a torpedo spread soon? Oh, you'll be able to. Well, you know what? Everyone go for the buzzard. I thought that said bastard there for a minute. You've only got 4 knots, haven't you, Pheasant? The Hertha is taking massive flooding damage. Just got fire. Really, really suffering. Whole ship's ablaze. And there we go. The Hertha sinks. Now, Hertha was a little bastard in an earlier battle, so I'm happy to see that fucking thing blow up. Rune's taking some damage, Buzz is taking some damage, Ansberg's taking some... I think Rune is probably the best target, unless we want to go really far out for like the Hipper or something. But again, oh yeah, you're about to eat some torpedoes. So yeah, let's do that. Get your torpedoes in the water, please. Now, Buzzer's got full speed, but for whatever reason is not taking advantage of it. Now, these light cruisers have huge amounts of 6-inch guns. They're actually kind of dangerous, but not when they eat torpedoes. That's been the most effective way I've had of dealing with them so far, is just getting them to eat copious amounts of torpedoes. Oh, baby. So I think we want to take our battleships in, and our battle cruisers in a little bit more. It looks like we're getting our DDs the hell out of Dodge, apart from you. Oh. Bassard is just taking a massive bit of sinking damage as well. The Rune. Okay, so I think we want to hit the Magdeburg now. In fact, let's go for Breslau because there's a decent chance we'll get additional hits. And yes, you took your torpedoes. Not sure if that really achieved what we wanted it to. There are 2 torpedoes left, so... And you still have your launchers. So let's get... These DDs have taken absolute hammering, right? Ansberg, get out of there now. Moresby, you can't do any more good there. Well done, destroyers. You've sufficiently distracted the enemy fleet. So I think we want to close the distance now. I mean, these guns, these 13-inch guns, are not to be trifled with. They actually have decent chances to hit, which is kind of impressive. Alright, oh, a torpedo! Well done. Right, so, you're dead in the water, which makes you an easy target in a minute. The only ship I'd like to get is the Admiral Pippa. Let's take Pleasant away. And I think what we're going to do is we're going to take all of you, and we're going to get you to retreat. And we're going to let our battleships handle this now from a distance. Because in principle, should be able to. So, light cruiser sunk. Now, you don't normally want to turn in. But I don't fear a single light cruiser particularly. Especially when we have the amount of firepower that we have. Pretty much not daunted. Although, she's throwing up a smoke screen. But it just takes a couple of decent hits. There we go. That's what we like to see. That's what we call a couple of decent hits. Another flooding. One. Just need a single flash fire, and these ships have been prone to that when I've hit them in the past. So this one looks like it's going to sink due to flooding. Interesting. So the Hipper. In fairness, the Hipper is attempting to flee. One thing I've noticed about all of the German ships is that they are lacking speed. Even our battleships, which are pretty much my slowest units, have a speed of 26 knots. And this is the reason why I like the speed, because it just has an amazing advantage for things like this. Because effectively, I can now chase these a-holes down with my 30-knot battle cruisers and my 26-knot battleships. And a couple of hits like that will easily handle it. We can face into our enemies as well with 6 guns, which is not a small amount to be hitting them sort of head-on with. Getting a few ricochets, though. Decent armor on these ships. I mean, you know, 9 inches is not bad for a heavy cruiser. We're not penning them. A lot of ricochets. Maybe we should be going for... Yeah, maybe we should be going for mean, that was a partial pen, so... Oh, that was a decent hit there. Now we destroyed a funnel, which is going to decrease its speed. Did we take a hit? Aww. How disappointing. Right, main tower, which is going to decrease their accuracy. Yeah, only an accuracy of 1.2 now. Our destroyers can limp away from this battle. Wait, why are you retreating? You're not meant to retreat. Steady. Come on. Chase these fuckers down. And secondary... this happens sometimes, like... Although it's getting some flooding now, which is going to slow them down even more. They've actually gone up to 2.4% now with their chance to hit, which is impressive. Come on. So the flooding is starting to take its toll. These ships don't seem to flash fire very much, it must be said. They lost the main gun. They lost their rear main gun, which means they're limited now to their secondaries to fire back, which might as well be shooting peas at us. For whatever reason, our battle cruisers just decided that they've had enough. They're who I want to be chasing these down, but this is why our battleships have speed. No, we're not ending the battle. We're not letting a single one of them live. Right, the flooding is really starting to hit them now, as is the fire damage. And I think this is nearly it, everyone. This has been a total victory. And now we get an awesome statistics screen, everyone. So sadly we did take heavy damage on 2 of our destroyers. We took medium damage on 1 of them. And we did lose the Liberty, which is a shame. But Liberty did hit a battleship, the Posen. So if we have a little look at the damage dealt. So our 2... Yeah, so, I mean, Admiral Hipper actually did solid damage. You know, 1.5k is nothing to be sneezed at. But, yeah, we absolutely smacked them. So Liberty did 13k damage with her torpedoes, which is pretty sizable, to be honest. I'm pretty impressed with that. Sadly, she took an absolute hammering, which is a shame. But yeah, overall, the German battleship, you know, that's decent damage dealt. But taking 13k in response is not good. If we have a little look, we can see what killed her. As you can see, major flash fires pretty much throughout the entire ship. From, I reckon, some hits from our 13-inch guns. Now, our battleships both did extremely well. It did take a fire on the ship. It didn't look like it did any damage. Let's have a look at our gun accuracy. So, our main gun accuracy, all of our ships doing very well, actually. Apart from our battle cruisers, I was expecting slightly better from them. But, you know, 5% hit accuracy, but 19 and 13%, our 2 battleships really carrying us in this battle. And with really decent speeds. Now, you know, we took some major damage to a couple of these guys. I mean, 2.8 knots, the Pheasant was pretty much limping out of that battle. But, That is a... the Germans want peace. Ah. I mean, I kind of want to keep fighting, so we're going to fight. We're going to keep going because I'm enjoying this. But, yeah, that's a major battle. But as you can see, this is our fleet. We have 39 BBs, only 10 light cruisers. I didn't go mad on... To be honest, cruisers are awkward to me at this point. They're, like, not good enough to be town class. And they don't really fulfill anything better than what a DD can do for cheaper. But, yeah, 4 battle cruisers and 10 battleships. We did get some more things. We're at 17,000 against them. We are in a major negative balance, which is not good. Not good at all. I imagine that is because we have a lot of ships in repair at the moment. Yeah, so we're going to take a hit for 1 month whilst they repair. As you can see, we only have half of our fleet actually out. The majority of it is actually in at the moment. In fact, all of our CLs are in port at the moment. Oh. I guess... Did I click the wrong thing? I don't know. So, there you go, everyone. That's that's the fun of this game. I didn't really get to show it off, but that's the sort of thing you can expect. Decent battles. So, we lost 2 DDs in the campaign, but we sunk a battleship, 2 battle cruisers, 7 heavy cruisers, 8 light cruisers, and 4 DDs, for a total of nearly 220,000 tons, which is nearly 10 times what the enemy lost. We did lose 14 transports to the enemy's 4, but yeah, it was a minor victory apparently, but if we kept going it would have been unbelievable. And yeah, and does that unlock any more campaigns? Now, I haven't done anything with the German Empire, so we could do a German Empire campaign. But I've been playing the British one through, and we have a 1920 start date now, everyone. So I want to like play the UK one all the way through, and then maybe we'll do a different one at some point soon. But thanks very much for watching this. Really, you know, I think this could be a really interesting game to play on the channel. So let me know if you've enjoyed this, and whether or not you want any more Ultimate Admiral. Once again, I have been AFG, and thank you for watching. Bye-bye.